Welcome back to my series, Dance Moms Unedited. This is the series where I discuss production notes written by the producers of Dance Moms. These notes show us what happened behind the scenes of particular episodes. Today we're looking at Season 6, Episode 9. As always, there will be a link in the description box below which will take you to a PDF of these notes, so that you can read through them in further detail. Because there was more to this episode than the producers cared to show. The week begins rather dramatically, with Abby's studio manager storming out the back door of the office, announcing that she's quitting. The mums hear Abby screaming from her office, even though the studio is crowded with people here for a masterclass. Abby then exits the office, greeting her guests as though nothing had happened. Jill asks Holly if she decided to follow Abby's suggestion from last week by hiring an outside choreographer. Holly says that she didn't, and explains that Abby's bad choreography for Nia makes people view her as a weaker dancer than she really is. Jojo agrees with her, saying that Abby's choreography doesn't challenge her either. Kalani piles on, saying that she does love Abby and Gianna's choreography, but thinks it would be nice to have some different choreography too. The girls begin to stretch in another room, and Abby's shouts echo through the building. Holly explains that Abby's manager Mel quit this morning. Abby talks to the mums on the bleachers, declaring that she fired Mel for being incompetent. The mums are confused by this, since they overheard Mel quitting and not Abby firing her. Jill reminds Abby that she's not the easiest person to work with. Then the cast begins to film Pyramid. Bryn is on the bottom for not standing out, followed by Maddie, Kendall, Kalani, Nia, Jojo and Kenzie, who was put on the top for being the highest scoring ALDC soloist of last week. Kalani and Kendall are then given their duet Grifters, and Maddie and Bryn are assigned their duet Together as One. Abby informs the girls that whoever does the best in the duets this week will have a solo to go against Maddie. Abby announces that the group dance this week is called Bittersweet Charity, announcing that they will be singing new lyrics to go to the song Hey Big Spender from Sweet Charity. Clearly, for some reason this didn't end up happening. The final song that the girls danced to didn't have any lyrics. The mums return to the bleachers, and Abby recruits Ashley to replace Mel as the office manager for the day. Holly informs the mums that Debbie Allen performed Sweet Charity on Broadway. Jess wonders if Abby is bitter about this, since she entitled the number Bittersweet Charity. Ashley then rejoins the mums, and Jill complains that Bryn gets everything handed to her. She says that Bryn should be challenged instead of receiving the same lyrical piece over and over. Holly points out that Kalani's duet Grifters is a nod to Kira's history of swindling. Melissa explains that Kira is currently travelling to New York with Jet, and says that she can't come to LA. Holly tells Melissa that she should give Kira 2 weeks' notice, and inform her that she can no longer be Kalani's legal guardian. Jess agrees, saying that Kira is clearly using Melissa to take care of Kalani. Ashley also agrees, saying that Kira still hasn't paid for the ALDC group costumes that were used in the dance Well-Oiled Machine. The following day, Abby is directing a photo shoot in the Gold Room. Ashley tells Abby that she's happy to do the office manager duties again, and Abby blames Mel for being incompetent. The mums actually defend Mel, saying that Abby doesn't have the best track record. When Abby leaves, Jess says that she's sick of Abby's excuses. Holly agrees, comparing her to Donald Trump. She says that both of them are always stirring the pot and being in the news. Over the years, I've heard a lot of people compare Abby to Trump, and honestly, I can see a lot of similarities. Jill says that Kira texted her, questioning why the mums were blaming her absence on Jet. Jill seems to be worried about the kinds of things that Kalani is overhearing from the mums. Holly says that everyone on the team has made sacrifices, and that now it's Kira's turn to do so. Ashley says that she won't believe that Kira will make a sacrifice for Kalani until she sees it. Jill expresses happiness about Kalani and Kendall's duet, but doesn't think that Abby's treatment is fair. Holly adds that Abby has probably already chosen which girls will have solos against Maddie next week. She questions what she and Nia are even doing in LA, when Abby constantly refuses to give opportunities to her daughter. The mums send Ashley into the photo shoot to find Abby. Abby follows her out of the room, and tells the mums that a choreographer named Jessie will be helping Gianna with the duets. She says that the girls without duets should work on lyrics for the group dance. Jess complains about the solo showdown, saying that all the girls, not just the ones with duets, should have an equal opportunity to get a solo next week. She suggests that Abby should make the decision based on how the girls dance in the group routine. Abby deflects though, and claims that she had difficulty finding music this week. Jill speaks up, saying that Abby needs to stop pigeonholing the girls. She declares that Kalani and Kendall don't stand a chance when they've been given a jazz routine to go up against Maddie and Bryn's pretty lyrical number. Jess questions why Bryn gets a duet when she's not even an ALDC member. Abby replies that it's because she did an amazing job filling in while Maddie was away, and wants to see them dance side by side. Ashley tells the mums to keep Bryn's name out of their mouths, and then Jess proceeds to call Bryn lazy. Ashley storms off to the office in frustration. Abby ends up pulling the girls out of rehearsals to be in the photo shoot. Holly calls Abby out for not being in the rehearsals, clearly making the shoot her priority instead. Jess complains once again that the solo showdown is unfair. Abby says that life isn't fair, and that this should be written on the ALDC logo. Jess says that life isn't stupid either, but the solo showdown is. Holly adds that it's unfair to eliminate 3 of the girls right off the bat since they don't have duets. Abby, sick of the complaining, goes up to the girls and declares that they're all in the running for a solo next week. The mums then question the group choreography, saying that giving the girls heels doesn't automatically make it mature. Holly thinks that the dance is bordering on inappropriate, saying that their girls aren't strippers. It's quite remarkable that only a year later, Holly was perfectly happy with Nia performing the last dance. Everyone was judging Bryn harshly for simply liking a comment that compared the girls to hookers, and yet no one bats an eyelid when Holly expresses a similar opinion here. After duet rehearsals, Kalani begins to break down because her back is in pain. The mums remind her not to overexert herself, and Holly tells her that no trophy is worth injuring herself. Nonetheless, Kalani believes that she will be able to compete this weekend, saying that she hasn't been this overworked since she did the Bollywood and African dances in the same week. The next day, the mums go for a walk. They complain about the moratorium and the way that Abby is forcing the mums to work in the absence of an office manager. Holly agrees that Abby should have asked nicely for help, rather than demanding that the mums work for her. Jill says that a 15-year-old like Kalani shouldn't have to push through back pain. She declares that Kira needs to be in LA with her daughter. Ashley says that Melissa is enabling Kira's behaviour. When Ashley leaves to go work in the office, the mums discuss Bryn and Maddie's duet. They say that Bryn is nothing more than a boring face, and Jill claims that she finds Bryn's dancing unimpressive. Meanwhile, Abby yells at Ashley for being late to the office. Ashley walks in to find Abby sitting with papers strewn everywhere, and her hair still in curlers. She says that they only have a few days to get the office in shape. Ashley points out that Abby's face has broken out in hives, suggesting that it might be due to stress. Abby laughs this off, saying that she doesn't even know what stress is. Ashley proceeds to try and convince Abby to give Bryn a solo, to prove to the other mums that she should be part of the ALDC. Abby claims that the other mums are obviously jealous of Bryn's amazing dancing. Ashley then asks why Bryn hasn't been made a member of the ALDC yet, and Abby replies that she doesn't want Ashley to make a fool out of her. She recalls that last year, Ashley quit suddenly to take care of her family. Abby states that Ashley should be committed to her first and foremost. This is like cult level stuff. Ashley has every right to prioritise her family and her children over catering to Abby's every whim. The mums decide to call Kira, telling her to pull Kalani from the dances this week. Kalani joins the mums, insisting that she wants to dance. The mums remind her that missing one competition isn't worth the risk, and Kira agrees that her health is more important. The girls then comfort Kalani, and Kendall tells her that they can dance together once she is better. Abby then tells Kira that the duet involves a lot of back movement, but Kalani can still choose to do the group dance since it won't affect her back as much. Jill then asks Abby if the girls' Laduca shoes have arrived, and Abby brings out several shoe boxes. As the girls try them on, they discover that Nia, Kalani and Jojo don't have the right sizes. Melissa reassures Holly that Abby will use her connections to get more pairs of shoes for the girls. Holly retorts that Abby won't let Nia grow up as a dancer, so why would she make it easy for her to get heels? The mums then ask Abby about Kendall's duet. One option they consider is putting Kendall with Maddie, instead of Maddie dancing with Bryn. Abby explains that Nia can take Kalani's place, since she can fit into Kalani's costume. Holly says that Nia can handle it, but knows that there's an uneven playing field, because she has less than a day to learn the routine. Ashley confronts the mums for trying to remove Bryn from her duet. Ashley says that all the mums are jealous of Bryn, causing Jill to tell her that she will never be Melissa and Bryn will never be Maddie. Melissa piles on, saying that while Bryn wins titles, Maddie is on magazine covers. She then pulls out a magazine with Maddie's face on it, pushing it into Ashley's face. The mums then talk about Abby's ridiculous idea of keeping Kalani in the group dance. They call Kira, who forbids Kalani to dance at all this week. Jess tells Kira that Kalani's back isn't the only issue. She's also struggling with Kira not being in LA with her. Kira retorts that it's a good thing she isn't there, because now Kalani won't take her for granted. The mums explain that everything seems to be weighing heavily on Kalani. Jill suggests that perhaps Kalani should go home to be with her family. Kira says that it's Kalani's decision, and that Kalani hasn't asked to come home yet. The mums are shocked that Kira doesn't seem to want her daughter home when she's in so much pain. When they hang up, Ashley accuses Kira of being a master manipulator, staying at home while Kalani uses the ALDC's platform. The girls then enter the room, and Kendall tells her mum that she doesn't care about the solo showdown because Maddie is bound to win. The ALDC arrives at the competition, and Abby is nowhere to be found. Melissa tries to call Abby, but her call is declined. Nia explains that she and Kendall stayed up late last night to work on their duet. Kalani admits that while she would love to dance this weekend, her back is already feeling better by not dancing for a day. Abby then enters the green room with her hair in curlers, without makeup, and with welts all over her face. Abby explains that her face is infected and that she's sick. She asks Kalani how she's feeling, and Kalani says that she feels good. Abby then goes on to say that if she feels good, she should be dancing today. When Abby steps out of the room, Kendall claims that Abby is the grifter of all grifters. Jill and Melissa look at the program, shocked at how small the competition is. Holly blames it on Abby's behaviour and how she presents herself. The real reason for this could have been because this week's competition had a sudden change in location. Meanwhile, Ashley helps Abby get ready in another room. She curls her hair and offers to help recruit more students to the studio. She then asks Abby if Bryn can have a solo next week. Abby says that Bryn having a duet with Maddie is a big deal, and doesn't commit to giving her a solo. Abby and Kalani then discuss Kalani's back, and Abby decides that Kalani should not dance. Melissa begins to have a meltdown, throwing her phone and hitting the makeup vanity. She says that unlike Kira, she takes care of Kalani very well. Jess claims that Kira is a liar, and Ashley tries to relate to Melissa. The mums yell at her that this situation is not about Bryn. Ashley then swears at Jill and storms out of the room. Jill tells her not to return and tries to lock the door behind her. Ashley approaches Abby for comfort, but instead gets told to save her tears for the pillow. When Kendall and Nia perform their duet, Nia forgets a part. Afterwards she runs outside, crying that she let everyone down, especially Abby. Kalani tries to take the blame, saying that she let everyone down by pulling out of the duet in the first place. Kenzie reassures Nia that no one could have picked up the duet as quickly as she did. Before Maddie and Bryn even begin dancing, Abby states in the audience that they have already won. Midway through the performance, their music stops. Maddie and Bryn keep dancing. Abby runs to the sound booth to see who ruined the duet, and the host admits that she accidentally muted their music. The host then follows Abby into the audience to explain to the judges and the mums that it was her fault. Back in the dressing room, Jill and Kendall tell Abby that she humiliated them by setting them up. Abby tells them to get over themselves, and Nia adds that their routine was only finished yesterday. Abby blames the girls for the performance, asking them why they couldn't have made it better. Abby reminds Jill that she requested harder choreography, and Holly clarifies that their issue is that Abby knew that Bryn and Maddie would win from the start, fixating solely on their duet. Jill is furious that Abby humiliated Kendall and then gave Maddie and Bryn a winning lyrical performance. Abby retorts that she made Kendall look good in her music video. Jill calls Melissa and Ashley out for not sticking up for Kendall and Nia. Melissa retorts that Maddie can win with anything that she's given, claiming that Maddie is at the top and Bryn is at the bottom. Jill storms out of the room, and Holly remarks that Abby can't compare the girls when they're not given equal opportunities. After the group performs, they attend awards. Maddie and Bryn win first in both the junior and overall duets and trios. Kendall and Nia win first in the teen duets and trios, and second in the overall duets and trios. Bittersweet Charity wins first in both the junior and overall groups. Everyone then re-enters the green room. Abby tells Kalani that she should be in the group dance next week if she's feeling better. Jill reminds her that Melissa is in charge, and that Kalani will need more than a few days to heal. Abby tells Ashley that she doesn't need her to suck up to her. She explains that Melissa was in this exact position several years ago. This infuriates Melissa, who is sick of being compared to Ashley. She tells everyone that this team is good because of her and her kids. That's a very bold claim. It sort of foreshadows the kind of attitude that Melissa has later in the season. When Abby leaves, Jill tells them that she is done with Abby. She declares that Abby will not be doing any more of Kendall's music videos. The week concludes with Melissa being called out for saying that the team is only good because of her kids. Apparently she freaks out, swearing, trying to quit the team, and threatening to punch people. And with that, we've reached the end of episode 9. What do you think about all of the tantrums that the mums threw this week? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.